Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my January 2017 setup for you. So as you can see here, I've got a wreath on the right and like a framed thing on the left. On the left I'm going to have Goodbye 2016, Hello 2017, and the wreath will be my January title page. But because I'm going to be using my dip pen, I'm going to finish them off towards the end of this video, otherwise I'd have to wait ages for the ink to dry. So I'm just skipping ahead now to start doing the January log. I'm just doing a really simple header using a sans serif kind of font, which I'm going to add some color to afterwards. And as you can see, I've gone back to the more traditional bullet journal monthly log. I have been using a calendar sort of layout for the last little while, but I don't feel like doing that right now. I really enjoyed using the old style setup for November, so I want to go back to that. It's space saving and it just seems to be a bit simpler for my needs at the moment. So as you can see, I've just got the date and the corresponding day of the week on the left hand side. I'm just adding in some birthdays now to my monthly log. Okay, on the right hand page, I've got a space to write down goals, a space to write down notes, and a space to list down all of my bills and when they're due, and a little checkbox to say whether or not I've paid it. Over the page, I'm going to be doing my January gratitude just on one page this month. I didn't want to take up 2 pages, so I thought I'll just do like one thing that I'm grateful for each day, or maybe 2 if I can like fit it onto one line. Basically, if I can fit 2 things onto one line, then I will. Again, that's really simple. I've just written the dates down 1 through 31 on the left. Now over on the next page, I'm doing my January tracker. So this is pretty much the same tracker that I've been using for the last few months. I have a list of things up the top that I'm going to be tracking. I was thinking of maybe colouring each square in this month rather than my black pen. Okay, the last page that I'm setting up for January is my January review. This is very simple this time. I'm not actually putting in like categories like how I usually do with accomplished, things I've learned, things that have worked and haven't worked. I want to try doing something a little bit different this month and maybe just writing down notes and stuff as I go, or drawings, or whatever. So I thought I would just leave it blank for now because I'm not 100% sure how I want to kind of reimagine this spread. Okay, now I'm getting rid of all of the pencil lines and I'm going in with my blue zig marker just to kind of add a little bit of color to all of those headers. I've also added a little bit of blue to the top row, the column headers if you will, and I've added a little bit of my like apricot kind of color to the 2017 date and just around the bills box. Again, I've added blue and a little bit of apricot to my January gratitude page. I just wanted to highlight the dates. I think it looks kind of cool having an extra bit of color. I'm not adding any more color than the blue to the January tracker because I'm probably going to be using different colored pens to mark off all of the things that I'm tracking. Okay, so now we are going back to the beginning, the sort of end of 2016 page and beginning of 2017 page. So as you can see on the left, I have already put in this round frame, this kind of ornate frame thing. And on the right, I'm going to start putting in my wreath. So this wreath is comprised of Hujikawa flowers. Now, Hujikawa is a native tree to New Zealand and it's really beautiful. It has wonderful red flowers. I think they're flowers and they're really big and they're so beautiful, and we call it the New Zealand Christmas tree because it's red and green and it's very beautiful and it comes out in summertime right around Christmas. I just wanted to add some Hurikawa into this wreath because such a kind of iconic summer plant where I'm from. I've also added in some ferns as well, because that is another thing that is extremely Kiwi. If you go into what we call the bush or like a forest, you just see ferns everywhere. In fact, I have a lot of ferns in my garden. They're very invasive and they're difficult to get rid of. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my dip pen and just some simple black ink, and I'm just going to put in some different headers. On the left, I'm writing goodbye 2016, hello 2017. For the wreath on the right, I'm just putting in January 2017. Okay guys, so this is it for my January setup. I hope you enjoyed the video and like the sort of little slightly different setup that I'm doing this month. What I wanted to say before I go is that tomorrow I'm uploading a bonus video. It's going to be about goal setting and like planning goals and putting them in my BUJO and how I do that and everything. As you may remember from my bullet journal flip through, I talked a little bit about my goal setup, but not in great depth, and a couple of people were asking for a more in-depth video about that, so I've made that and I've put it up and it will go live tomorrow. And also this video is part of a collaboration with a few other YouTubers, so watch the video tomorrow and go and check out their links as well. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching and I will see you again really soon. Bye!